Hey everybody, Sue here from She Sells. So most of you know I'm going to be home for the next couple weeks. My husband had surgery and I'm normally an RA person and out running and shopping several days a week and shipping the other days, but I'm going to be home for the next couple weeks. I also work down in the basement, and right now I need to be upstairs a little closer to my husband just in case he needs me. So I am out here on my back porch kind of setting up an eBay area. As you all know, I got a bunch of Nike shoes and clothing, and then I just have leftover items that I've picked up here and there to sell on eBay or Amazon returns. As a matter of fact, I have a whole pile of Amazon returns, and people seem to like to watch Scott open those boxes, so I guess I'll do that for you later this week. Because a lot of those I'm probably going to be putting up on eBay as well. I'm also going to try and get a bunch of stuff on Facebook Marketplace just to have it ready to sell for Easter. And I know I really need to do that tonight, so I will be doing that because Friday, Saturday will probably be some good sales with that. So I'm going to just take a second here and show you what I'm up to. So I got this idea from Honey's Place, and I will put the link to her Instagram in the description because I can't hardly start my morning without a Honey's Place story on Instagram. She just finds some terrific stuff. So what she did was she took this foam board and she actually painted hers, but I'm going to use this. This is what I've been using downstairs. I actually just kind of stapled it up to the wall. And I got this idea from Tennessee Picker, and I can post a link to that as well. It's just a roll I bought off of Amazon. So I am going to stand this up against the wall and lay this over the top. Now, this came, I believe it was 8 feet long. It's 1 inch thick and 48 inches wide, if I'm not mistaken. And I could not get it into my car. So I had a little pocket knife in the car. Usually I have at least tape and stuff, but I did not have a box cutter back there. So I just kind of butchered it in the parking lot. It's very easy to cut because it's just foam, but I didn't cut it very evenly, so I wanted to make that a little more even. I got out my box cutter and just cut that down as evenly as I could. So I'm going to stand that up against the wall and then wrap this over the top of it. And I'm going to use that to put my mannequins out, and I'll show you. So it's not exactly a flat lay, and it's not hanging up on the wall. It's kind of in between, so you don't hurt your back so much. So I'm going to get that all ready and then kind of show you how I'm going to do my pictures. And this is just, some of the items that I'm going to list, and some of the tools that I use and that kind of thing. I'll kind of go over that as well. Be back in a second. Okay, so as you can see here, what I did was lean this foam board up against the wall. So that's under there, and then I just wrapped this sheet fabric. It's sort of heavy vinyl over the top of that. It was a little heavier than I realized. And then I just took one of my mannequins up here and, just kind of hooked it up at the top there. And now Trish, who is Honey's Place, told me that what she does is, I think she actually has hers at a little more of an angle to where the mannequin is just kind of laying on it, and she just drapes her clothing over the top so that she doesn't have to mess with removing everything and putting it all back. But for this is actually kind of a fairly expensive sports bra. I may have to put a little filler in there because my mannequin isn't quite as big as a 40 double D. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take pictures this way and start listing some of my clothing. So what I will do is, just snap some pictures and show you as I'm going through this. I don't really have a stand to sit this up. I know some people kind of do the fast motion and show you over and over, but I think what I'll do just to start out here is just take some pictures as I go, and I'll add those to the video, and we'll see if we can work something out later to show you, I guess, more of the detail. I'll be back. So I actually changed it up a little bit. The mannequin was a little too unruly Plus this was an two extra long, which was very much longer than my half mannequin. So I decided to go with the hanger. I already took pictures of this and I had it laid out quite nicely, but I just remembered I forgot to do measurements, so I'm gonna just quickly do some measurements on this. I actually have to run downstairs and get my measuring tape. It's been a while since I did clothing, so it's going to take me a little bit of getting used to, and it's quite late in the day because we had physical therapy today. I did a bunch of house cleaning and cooked a bunch of meals so that I don't have to figure out every night what we're going to cook. So it's late in the day. It's about 5 o'clock, but it's the perfect time for the sunshine in this room. It gets afternoon sun. So I'm going to try and do, I don't know, maybe a dozen clothing items and then get to some of these Legos. I have some toys in here that I wanted to get to. Those I'm going to do on the table over here, but I'll use that same drop cloth. So again, I'll do a little bit more and just see how it's going, adjust as I have to, and I'll fill you in as I'm going along. If anybody likes that 2XL Adidas spring jacket, let me know and I can get it to you before I get it on eBay. So now I've just taken a photo of this, and then I've gone ahead afterwards and done the quick measurements and written them down on a Post-it note. So now I'll have them there on the last photo for me to use. I probably won't show that in the listing, but I'll have that there. So like I said, it's been a while since I did clothes, and so I'm kind of getting back into it. If you have any tips or tricks for me, feel free to shoot them in the comments, and we'll see how I keep going along here. Like I said, it's late in the day, and we'll see how many I get done until the sun starts to kind of go down. I talked about recently being flexible, and this week I'm for sure going to have to be flexible. So the nice thing is I have this all set up out here, and nothing's going to bother it, so I can just go in and out as I have time. I'll have my pictures ready, then I can have them right there on my phone. If I want to, normally I'll start doing listings on the computer and then finish them by taking the photos and putting them up on the listing from my phone. But I just have that flexibility of if I just need to be sitting with my husband or something, I can be working on them on the phone, do the whole thing from the phone if I want to. I feel like there's a little more flexibility on the computer, so I do like to do on the computer the listing part and then just add the photos by way of my phone. But again, there's just so many ways to do this, and yep, so I'm just going to keep going with the pictures, and I'll just pop in every once in a while and tell you my progress. So I've got mixed feelings on an item like this. So I've got the tags from the company, and then I've got a store tag. I like showing that the price was $29.99 to start with, but to me, I feel like the X is just showing that, it was a return or a sale item, something like that, and I obviously didn't pay $29.99 for it, which I'm assuming somebody would think that I, wasn't buying something for the price that I'm selling it for. But I think that I'm going to go ahead and take that tag off for now. Let me know what you do. It's got all the other tags on it, so I think it would look better just without this tag. So I think I'm going to snip that one off in particular. If some of them aren't marked up, I may keep them on there, but let me know in the comments if you keep your tags or not. Okay, I kind of hate to say this out loud, but now I remember why I don't really like clothes so much, because I'm super picky. I don't want it to be crooked in any way. I like the sleeves to be just right. It just takes a long time to photograph. Anyway, it's not anything I have to do permanent. I just have 100 items. We'll get through them, and once I see how much money I'm making on them, what the heck, I might just do more. Or I might just hire somebody else to do the photo part. I got a little bit bored with the clothes. I can't do something for too long. I spent about an hour working on the clothes. So I went ahead and took that table that I had over there, it's a shorter than the big church table. It's maybe 6 by 2. And so I have, I kept my foam board here laid up against the wall, and then that's what's holding up the top. I just have it laid over the top, and then I'll use this as my little display to do some hard goods, just to keep things changed up. This is actually an Amazon return I had. I'm actually going to stop really quick and make sure that it works. I'll just pop some new batteries in there and listen to that horrible Furby make noise. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to do maybe a dozen of these hard goods, and then the sun will probably be gone for today, and I will just make those listings tonight and get started on it earlier in the day tomorrow.
Way low, way low.
Oh my goodness, I thought it would go to sleep. Okay, I think it might be turned off now. Alright, so anyway, I'll be taking pictures of this and putting this one up because it is working. I did note there was no instructions in the box. I found it in 2 seconds on the web, so I may put instructions in there on how to find that. Or just, I'm not sure. I've heard mixed feelings on whether you print out instructions and put them in there or not. It's supposedly copyright infringement or something, but I may just post the quick start. And for sure note that this is how you turn it off. You put the mask on it. Okay, back to more pictures, and I will be back. So it's about 7 o'clock at night. I'm going to wrap up the picture part of things. I'm getting a lot of shadows and different things. I did take some of the curtains down for a little more light, so I probably could put some of those up and keep photographing. So I did that whole bucket of toys, including putting the batteries in the Furby, maybe 20 minutes. That's why I really like my hard goods. Even the shoes are much easier than the clothes. But I have 100, and I'm gonna get them all done and get them listed and see how it goes. So I've been doing about 5 pairs of shoes a day. I'm trying not to just put up like I haven't had much activity at all since Christmas. I've listed nothing new since Christmas. I've had maybe 10, 15 listings up there and sold a handful of things. I did, for November and December, for the 60 day, I did about $3,500. At the best, 60 days out of that. I would really like to do, $1,000 or $1,500 a month on eBay, to just supplement my Amazon. I'm still going to stick more with keeping up with Amazon. I would like to add a little bit of eBay by hiring some people to do things. So, all right, so I've done about 5 listings a day for the shoes. Been a little busy with all the hospital stuff and everything, so I may increase that a little bit. I didn't want to just throw up 100 listings in one day after not having any activity for a long time. I'd like to just little by little add that activity. Once I get up several, maybe 25, 30 pairs of shoes, and they've been up for a few days, I will maybe go ahead and do some promoted listings on that, because they are Nikes and there's going to be a lot of competition there. I'm going to start adding in some of the toys. I'm going to start adding in some of the clothes. We'll see if I do promoted listings on that or not. I would say probably more likely the clothes than the toys. So I will just, show you my activity as we go along and, see a store kind of building up from the beginning again. Obviously, I actually lost my top-rated seller right after Christmas. I had a few items that didn't arrive on time. I don't know. I never really delved into it to see exactly how I lost it. But I think once I start selling a little bit again that I can pop right back up there. I'm above standard seller. I can't remember the exact term on that. I can still get my top-rated seller pricing for shipping by using Pirate Ship, which I do most of the time. And that will probably make a difference on those shoes because, some of those will be a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. Yeah, so I think that's about it for tonight. I just wanted to kind of show you how I'm going to try and start to build my eBay store back up again. I've got quite a bit to just go ahead and list for now. I'm really not going to be outsourcing for eBay right now. I really enjoyed estate sales and that, so I would like to kind of get back into that. And it's the time of the year for garage sales. Hang on, I'll be right back. I've got people mowing yards. It's a really nice day out today, and a dog's barking and all kinds of noise going on out there. So I think I'm going to end it here. I will go ahead and add a few pictures to the end if I can. And we will talk to you soon.